Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. And I hope you are okay. Um, we have got um, several interviews today, and I hope everybody is looking forward to it. Because I am, because it's going to be really, really good. And if you are looking at it on Facebook or on X, can you let me know if the sound is okay and everything. I will be so grateful. We are just waiting now for our guest. They should be on now for at past 12. Hopefully, I know it's 12:31. Um, soon we sorted that out. Everything will be okay. Um, so yes, so I'm going to send. I'm going to sort some music out with you. And yeah, we'll be back in a few.
Cause he healed my heart, he changed my name, forever free. I am not the same. I thank the master, I thank the savior. I think get up, get up, get up, get up out of that grave. Get up, get up, get up, get up out of that grave. Get up, get up, get up, get up out of that grave. Get up, get up, get up, get up out of that grave. The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. From age to age he stands, Time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead, three in one, Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. The name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing, how great is our God. And you're the name above all names. You are worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing, how great is our God.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. And that was how great of it, how great is our God. Sorry, I'm having problems today with my speech. There you go. Right, okay. Um, let's. Hello, Sarah. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. Can you hear me?
Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for the invite.
Brilliant. Can you? Um, I was kind of like trying to kind of get my head around a bit about you because when we were in contact and saying coming on here, I was really interested in what you do and about yourself and everything. And with this channel, because I'm a Christian too, I believe um, that women these days are kind of more power than men. You know what I mean? So tell me in the beginning, tell us about yourself and why do you do podcasting and a bit about yourself more.
Thank you. So I'm currently a podcast host, an author, and a holistic health coach. But I used to be a registered nurse. I worked in the UK, America, and here in Spain. But after 20 years, I surrendered my license to become the holistic health coach I am now. And the reason for that was because during my time in America, I think it was 2005, one of my colleagues challenged my beliefs about health and healing and using pharmaceuticals at home. And of course, that's all I ever knew. So I went and did some research and started my own healing journey. Once I'd healed a lot of chronic health problems, I was really conflicted about following doctor's orders in the hospital, but living a more natural, holistic lifestyle at home. And it led to me going through a dark night of the soul, which changed my life trajectory. I knew I had to leave the hospital so that I could have the freedom to tell people what I'd learned on my own journey and what I'd learned from the people in my book. And my podcast came as a continuation of my book to help people to see and have hope that even when the doctor says you can't heal this is lifelong, you're going to be on medicines forever, that actually there's people around the world in my book and on my podcast that have healed conditions that they've got and therefore give them hope that they too can heal themselves.
Yeah, it's great because you know you know the trouble is there's a lot of people out there. on the medical side saying now, they're not going to make it, or they're not going to kind of like, nothing's going to work. And the trouble is, because you believe in yourself and you're motivated, that's why I say to most people, never give up, because, you know, you don't know what's going to happen from day to day.
Yeah.
Also, I like the idea. Why did you become a nurse? Because you know the nurse. I'm a trained nurse myself, and I had to give up because I've had strokes, and I don't know if you know much about me, but I've been through mental health problems, everything, and I'm not the only one. So why did you become a nurse in the beginning?
Because I wanted to help people in their vulnerable times. And initially, it really gave me what I was looking for. I thought was helping them. But as I started to heal myself, I realized I was keeping people in the medical model, in that sick role, on pills and following doctor's orders and coming through the hospital. And I realized I was helping them to stay in the medical model. I wasn't helping them to help themselves. And once I'd healed myself, I realized that
Sorry.
actually, sorry, that actually, do you want me to wait?
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Sorry.
So once I'd healed myself, I realized that other people could do this. And I wanted to be there to support them, to take them away from modern medicine and pills and doctors and hospitals, and to help them to understand the root cause of their health problems, what their symptoms are saying, because there's a message in all of our symptoms.
Yes, and that's it. It is a message. And how long have you been doing your podcast now?
Just over 3 years,
3
nearly
years.
3.5.
What do you get from your podcasts?
I meet fabulous people. I learn what everybody's done something a bit different. Yes, there's similarities that run through all the people that I talk to, but people have done different things. So I think I've interviewed 4 or 5 people who've healed multiple sclerosis, and they've all done something different. I've
Oh,
got
brilliant.
more in my book, and they've done something different. So my idea, my aim is to say, look, you can heal this, and there's not just one thing for healing. There's a whole range. It's about your beliefs and your ability.
Yeah, I've seen your some of your podcasts, and
Thank you.
I actually, because I always do the um, and I tell you what, I love it. I love the podcast. Especially when people are kind of like been through quite a bit, and they're going through the healing process, and that they are at that stage where they are smiling, and again they're doing podcasts, and they're out there to help people more.
Yeah.
And that's why I came on here. I came on here to, you know, um, I remember I was afraid to do this, and someone said to me, "No, no, you go and do it." You know, and the trouble is, I think with negative people in this world, we don't need them.
Yeah.
We don't need the negativity in the world. We need to kind of like stay positive and say, right, we can do this. We've been through it, and we can tell others about it.
Yes, but the people that are negative are coming from their wounds.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're reacting to their wounds. So yes, there's people who are negative and victims and don't believe, and that's their wounds speaking and their programming and the story they're telling themselves. So we need to have compassion for people like that, because some of those people will never see what we see and will never heal. They will stay in that sick role their whole life. And compassion is all that we can have for them, because they've gone through something previously in their childhood that's made them like that. We're not
yeah,
born with this negativity. It's formed through our
yeah.
life's
Oh, yeah,
experiences.
yeah,
So but they're on their own path, and I can't help those people. There are some people who are negative. When I plant a seed and say, look, I've healed, these people have healed, you can heal, they'll go away and process that and think about it. And some of those people will then start moving forward and looking for more information. They're the people that we can help.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get back to your nursing? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt with nursing. Sorry, this is on radio as well, so I've got to be careful what I'm trying to say. Um, I always felt when I used to be in hospital, I used to be not neglected, but I always was judged about my weight or about they're saying, "Oh, not him again. We've got to get a bigger bed. We've got to do this." Um, and now because I've lost all that weight, I go in, and they go, "Oh, hello," and everything. But the trouble is, people when they kind of like see negativity around them, it's difficult to heal because they don't want to heal because they're afraid.
And a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid of okay, let me just backtrack. So they've built their life around their support systems of being ill.
Yeah,
And for being ill, there's always a gain. We always gain something from being ill. Sometimes it's the love that we maybe felt we didn't have as a child, attention that we maybe felt that we didn't have, a support system that is now growing. So when we're sick, our lives revolve around that support system. And to step outside of that into healing, it's like you're in the comfort zone of the discomfort, because it's not nice being sick. I've been there,
yeah,
but it's familiar. Is that your comfort zone? To step outside of that into the unfamiliar is also uncomfortable, but it's more uncomfortable because it's an unknown. And for some people, that's just too much to do because they can't imagine what their life would be like without the sick role that they're within. And again, it's about understanding why they don't want to heal. They say they want to heal, but in reality, they're frightened. There's too much anxiety to step into that unknown. So they'll stay in the comfort of the discomfort of the familiar.
yeah. I like it when you come out with all these words, and I'm thinking, I would say, please, Sarah, stop. But then the next minute I can get it. I'll get it. And when I watch your podcast too, there's all different people come onto your podcast, and they're talking, they're talking the same and everything. What makes you know with you? What stands out the most when you see people that are kind of like getting healed or kind of you know being better, and everything.
It's
What do you get out of it?
what do I get out of it?
Yeah,
Oh, I just feel so humbled that they want to share their story with
yeah,
me through my podcast and my audience. So I vicariously have that success with them. Just as I'm listening, it's just so awe-inspiring. I mean, I've got my own healing journey and I've healed quite a lot of stuff, and then there's other people come on who've
yeah,
healed different stuff, and I know healing happens, and I've got proof of it. But just to listen to people saying I've healed this and this is what I've done,
amen. Yeah, yeah.
it's just amazing.
And it doesn't take seconds to listen to somebody. Just sit down with them, listen to them, right? That's it. That's what it's all about. We just got to listen to people. Sometimes we live in a busy world, don't we? Where
Oh yeah.
we don't kind of like we just kind of like sit there. We watch television or what we're doing. We're always busy on the phone. And when people's listening to me, I know when my wife has to go at me sometimes, she's trying to tell me something, and I'm probably watching the football or something, taking no notice of her. Next minute, she said, "Are you listening to me?" Or, something like that. And I get it. What we're going to do, we're going to go for a break, and I'm going to ask Sarah about your own kind of like healing after this. Thank you. Give that a minute, all right?
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for joining me. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So you're living in Spain now, then,
Yeah, where are you?
in the UK,
Oh no, yeah, whereabouts?
Southwest Devon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I'm from up
yeah.
north, Manchester.
All right. Yeah, I've been up there several times, Manchester. And we're back. So what we've got, today we got Sarah Deacon, and she was a nurse. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Sarah about her own healing. Tell us about your healing, Sarah.
Okay, so when I first started my journey, all I did, because being that nurse, I could only think about the physical things like food, hydration, exercise, and sleep. So that's where I started in what I've now called a physical health pillar. So I tweaked my nutrition. I stopped eating gluten and dairy. I started walking more, so therefore de-stressing. And within about a month, I'd healed psoriasis, acid reflux, and eczema.
Wow.
So I'd read about it on the internet. Well, if you do this and this, healing happens. And I'm thinking, is that possible for me? They're talking about it on the internet, but
Yeah.
am I that special that it can happen to me too? And I'm going to be honest, I didn't believe it could, but I thought I'm going to try it anyway because this is what they're saying. So that was my first tangible result in healing. Like, oh my goodness, I have now healed these conditions that I'd had for decades and medicated for decades. And then I went on and healed bulimia nervosa, chronic joint pains. And then I went on to heal candida. I had a 3-year depression and a dark night of the soul, went through some awful suicidal thoughts. My thyroid became underactive because of all the stress on top of the depression. And I burned out my adrenal glands and dropped my blood pressure to 80/40. It had always been
Oh,
tested at 120/70. I was 80/40 for about 3 or 4 years. But I'm just like, oh, it's because I'm thin, it's because I'm depressed, it's because I'm not eating a lot, it's because of whatever. But realized that actually it was this, and the fact that I was craving salt, I'd burned out my adrenal glands. And it was after that depression, I had to walk during it because I've got dogs, so I had to take them for a walk. And intuitively, I started practicing mindfulness and gratitude. Didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, oh, there's a bit of blue sky. That's nice to see. Oh, there's something else. That's good. So I became really mindful. And then I started doing little bits of meditation. Not a lot because I couldn't. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the focus. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't quiet my mind. So it was like 5 minutes just to find some peace inside me. And then as I started getting better, I then started like, well, can I do 10 minutes? And what can I do now? So I started looking to the future, thinking, I wonder what I could do in my future. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I had to leave the hospital. So part of me is going, well, Sarah is a nurse. If she leaves the hospital, who is she? Well, I'm still going to be a nurse. So I went into entrepreneurship. And became a nurse entrepreneur. So I did some subcontracting. Several companies came to me when I put a profile on LinkedIn. They're like, we want you to work for us. I'm like, oh, don't even need an interview. These people want me. Which was fabulous. And I made really good money. And I loved the work because it had taken me away from following doctor's orders. I was doing a whole host of different things. But I was still a nurse. I still had to sign that register. So I was still having that conflict. And I went and trained as a coach, and it was there that I realized that there's a huge emotional aspect to our symptoms. And then we moved to Spain, and I did a little bit of caring in the community. But I can't do this because I'm still on the register, so I still have to follow the nursing standards,
Yeah.
and I want to help people to step away from pills and hospitals. So I surrendered my license, I deregistered, and as I say, I trained as a coach, qualified with an accredited program, and now I help people to understand the message in their symptoms, because our symptoms aren't random. There's a message within them which points to the root cause, and when we find that, we can have true, long-lasting healing.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful story. Beautiful. Can I get back to the suicide? What was it like? What was it like? What made you come to the point of? Because many people are saying to me on the other day, "Can you ask about the suicide?" And what they're trying to say to me is, you're a nurse.
Yeah.
They're just coming back with probably negative stuff. You're a nurse. You shouldn't be suicidal and things like that. And guys, I say this to you all the time. You know, I know a professional footballer, who committed suicide and who hanged himself, you know, and um, and it could happen to anybody. What what happened? What happened to you?
So I spiraled into this really deep depression because I was so conflicted with, who am I? I'm Sarah the nurse. What does Sarah not the nurse look like? And I didn't know. And I'm like, I need to step away from the hospital because I can't keep following doctor's orders. I want to help people to help themselves, not help them to stay in the medical model. And it was during that dark, depressive episode that I just kept spiraling down and down and down. And in the end, I'm like, I just need this to stop. I'm making everybody's life miserable. I just need to take my life and take me away from living, so that I'm not bringing people down. I'm upsetting my family. I'm bringing them down. I'm causing them cause for concern. I'm causing them heartache. I'm causing them suffering. I need to stop this. And the only way I can think of stopping it is to end my life. And I sat and thought about all the different ways that I could end my life. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because that'll leave a mess for the family to clean up. And I can't do that because I might injure somebody on the road, in the street, in the water. And I can't do that because I'm like, all these things going through my mind.
Yeah,
How can I end my life that I won't suffer because I was a coward. I didn't want to suffer. I wanted to just like go, done, and not leave a mess for anybody else to clean up. And I was just fighting with these awful thoughts.
yeah. Certainly, don't even think of it. You know, you, I was on a bridge. I don't know if you know Cornwall at all.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was on Tamar Bridge from Plymouth to Cornwall, and I was going to commit suicide. So, I've been, we all been there, and but I'm glad today you're in Spain, you're alive, you're
Yeah.
helping people. I'm getting comments like, I, Steve, thank you very much for this. Wonderful lady, wonderful person. Can you have her on again very soon and talk about other issues? I will ask her. I will ask her. Thank you very much. She is a beautiful, understanding woman. Can you tell me her details so I might be able to get some help? Definitely, definitely, I will. So tell people how they can contact you,
If you
Sarah.
go to my website, which is my name, www.sarahdawkins.com, all my contact details are there, my email, socials, my book, my podcast is probably the best and easiest way to find me.
And how much is your? I'm sorry, how much? What's your book called?
It's called Heal Yourself in English. It's
Yeah.
also in French, Dutch, and Spanish.
Or you're not missing out on guides, are you? So make sure you get Heal Yourself and the book, and and the book might help you. Now, there's a few questions more before I finish, and I like to. This is just kind of like a bit of fun side of things. So I hope you don't mind. If you won £1 million, Sarah, what would you do with it?
Oof. I would like to help more of the charities around me locally that rescue animals.
Uh,
Um, I would like to be able to support some more of the families that I help here in the village. There's so much good that needs doing in the world. Yes, it would be great to go, oh, well, I'll just buy this nice new house and change the car. But actually, I'm not that kind of person. I like to help others as and when I can. So I would find ways to help people and not be in the news. I'm not like, look at me giving this money to this charity.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
here's a donation. Please don't mention my name. I hope it helps you do whatever it is that you need to do.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Have you ever been in the news? Have you ever been in the press?
I have been in the Daily Mail twice, and I'm hoping to have an upcoming article about where I'm at now through a lady that I've just been connected with. The first article was about me. It was, oh gosh, about 8 years ago, and it was
Yes,
something
yes.
like ladies in their 50s who have a bikini body. So I was in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Daily Mail in a bikini,
I was,
and then
I was, I was going to mention it, but I thought I better not. So, if you had a choice of going to a desert island and you had to take one thing with you, what would it be?
I will be my husband.
You bring your husband,
Yeah.
right? Okay. I was surprised because the other day someone would say they take their makeup and I think they leave their husband, at home or something. Okay, and the last question of all. Um, if there's one thing in life that was in, sorry, if there's one thing in the past that you would have went back and repaired, what would it be?
It would be nothing, because all the adversity that I've come through in my life has made me the person I am now. And I've learned the lessons that I've learned because of what I've been through. So I would leave all that shit in the past and just go through it again.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. So thank you, Sarah. Just hold on for a second. Thank you very much, guys. I will definitely ask her. And if don't forget, follow Sarah, please. And in the meantime, I will see you later on. We got more guests and some more interesting guests. And in the meantime, I'll let Brian on the radio play some more hits with you. And I'll see you soon.
Thank you.